Howdy folks, TJ here. Got a speck on my glasses like I'm trying to do a video. I can't have no dang specks on my glasses. What's this about? This is about the Spectrum Next is the only computer that I need. I'm going to say it. The Spectrum Next is the only computer I need. And you're going to say, TJ, you've been drinking. You want some silly sauce? A little bit. I haven't been drinking, no, but I am a little bit silly. And I was just thinking this morning, in the morning, I'm not a morning person. I wake up early, but after I wake up, I'm not much interested in anything. If you came up to me and said, here's $1 million, in the morning time, I'm not interested. In the nighttime, right before when I'm trying to go to bed, and I'm watching the internets, and I'm doing all these things and reading, and I'm so excited to go fishing tomorrow. I'm so excited to do this tomorrow. I go to bed so excited. By the time the morning comes, I don't sleep well. I've got sleep apnea. I've got asthma, breathing issues. So I don't sleep very well, and so I'm up all night. So by the time the morning time comes, it's like, F this. I don't want to do shit. I didn't sleep. I just want to stay here in bed for a little while because the morning time is just the right time. You kind of sit there and go, oh, this feels good. I just want to sleep. Peace and quiet. There's none of that around here. Needless to say, I wake up. I sit on the shitter. Sure, that's the first thing I do in the morning time. I can shit 20 times a day. I get up and I start going, all the stuff that I thought about yesterday, I'm not interested in doing this morning. It takes a little while, kind of like you need that first 1 or 2 coffees before you get yourself percolating. A couple hours go by and then I'm interested again. And then as the day goes on, I get more interested. Now, why am I saying all this shit? And I said the Spectrum Next is the only computer I need. It's because there are days that I kind of feel like I'm a little bit of a Luddite. I could be perfectly fine if this world was still 8-bit computers, as long as there was a little bit of connectivity involved. And what's happened is there's too much connectivity involved, and it wastes our day. We are lazy. We are lazier. Now, I know that some stuff on the internet you can read, learn about, and then go out and do some adventures. But I find that the majority of the time, people like me are learning, doing, and then you only go out on a weekend to do it once in a while. It's not an everyday thing. Now, what happens if we take all that internet away? Instead of learning about stuff, we go out and actually do the stuff. And you get more done. More done of what you want to do. More done of what you don't want to do. Just in general, you're taking your ass away from these freaking computers. I've got to say, I tally up. On Monday through Friday, I work. So I'm on the computer from a certain time to a certain time. And then at night, we tend to eat dinner, cook dinner. And then what we do, we watch some TV. So yeah, there's a lot of wasting time on these damn computers. I love them. I'm a nerd. But maybe there's too much of a good thing is not good for us. So what am I getting at? If I had to only choose one damn computer right now and say, TJ, you need to get rid of everything but one computer. That could be the Falcon, Atari Falcon, Atari TT, all the computers, the Sam Coupe, name them all. And if I had to be cornered right now, I would say that I would want the Spectrum Next. It would be my Luddite computer of choice because it is limited on online connectivity. It is limited. I'm not going to get on the internet and peruse a web page. I'm not going to go watch videos about cats or whatever it is that tickles my fancy that day. I'm going to enjoy it for what it is, an 8-bit computer that can play some cool video games, and then be done with it, and then go off and maybe make a game for it once in a while, but then go off and do some other things. Now, what's that going to do for I love the internet. I'm just kind of thinking outside the box here, but I do spin my wheels too much. I've got too much. Do I really need an Atari Falcon? Yes. But do I really? If you look down at the bottom line of your life and say, what are my bare minimum needs? Would I be a happier person if I had only one computer that had a social group around it that I could still do some limited connectivity to, like the good old bulletin boards of the olden days, or a CompuServe, or someplace that, sure, every so often you could log in, see what the world's doing, and then log off, enjoy it, but then not sit at a freaking computer for the rest of your hours and play and play and play. You need to go off and do some other shit. I've got a lot of hobbies. Probably too many, because I do get a lot of stuff done in general. Just look at what I do for my YouTube channel. There's not many people that can say they make videos every other day that do, whether it's instructional videos, me just playing on the dang computer, me swearing. I get a lot done. The YouTube channel's a lot of freaking work. And it is a bit of entertainment. You got to look at it. Some people probably watch me for entertainment value. They just want to smile. They like to see this old codger play a video game and swear. This old codger talk about more peacefully about fly fishing and not swearing during those videos. And I do some other videos too of just a little bit of comedy here and there. I'm a funny guy. I can be. But yeah, not many people could say they do that. They have 1 or 2 or 3 or 4 old computers. They use them, and then they're off. My whole lifestyle's around 8-bit computers. And then 16 and 32-bit too, like the Ataris and stuff. But most of it is Atari 8-bit. Could I live with only an 8-bit computer? Technically, no. This day and age, you are forced to do some online banking. They don't want to mail you paper receipts and paper bills. They want to email you. So there's a certain amount of un-Luddite things that I'm going to have to do. But in general, maybe if there was a one personal device at home that handled the banking, handled the bills, handled those communications that you necessarily can't do with an old 8-bit computer, but the old 8 computer had way to do some limited internet things, like at least IRC. I love IRC. IRC is just text. And you text with friends, and you can waste some hours. But normally I leave my IRC app running in the background, and if I hear a little or whatever, or just look at the screen once in a while, I'll see that a friend said something, and I'll read it, and then you go on about your work. It's not all time-consuming. It's like a movie or a video or whatever. You're sitting there looking at your porn, your cats, your fly rods, your cars, whatever hobby you're into. That's all time-consuming because you're sitting there and focusing on it. IRC is a little different. Text is a little different because you're going to read it, and then you're going to go off. You're going to take your mind away and then do some work and get some stuff done. So on the Next, having IRC capability, there was some limited Next chat, which I don't know what's happening with that. I think it's on the back burner. I know they were doing some more stuff, and then I haven't seen anything since. So I'm not sure if it's live or going to be live eventually, but needless to say, if it was a perfect world, that your Next could do some limited bulletin board type of things, and that's kind of already there. What's the, I don't use it that much. What's it called? The internet thing that you can do with the Next and connect to the internet. Not many people use it. That's probably why I forgot it. I played around with it early on, but it never really caught on, for lack of a better word. There's not thousands and thousands of people visiting it. I think if it had some unique people contributing to it more than just a small handful, it would probably do more. But ease of the internet, you can go to a Facebook group and do it. But anyway, perfect world. That you had bulletin board type of world that you could visit at will. Some text, some playing of your video games for easy download of games. We could do some of those things now with the Next that I wouldn't necessarily be able to do with some of my other computers. And I love the Next, and it's what's inspired my whole last, 5, 6, 7 years. I've been so in love with playing with older computers again, and it's because of the Speccy Next. I love my old Ataris, but it's the Speccy Next that rejuvenated my love for doing this. And now, since 2018-ish, I've been just heavy and horny into playing with these things. So, yeah, I woke up this morning and just, same morning as normal. I don't want to do any of the things I thought about. I don't want to do this. I don't want to do that. I've only had one coffee so far, and I still am not in the mood to do any of it. But in a couple of hours, I'll start percolating. Not because of the coffee. Well, it could be because of the coffee. There's that comedy I'm talking about. But you all understand. You drink coffee, and it goes through you and starts percolating. But in a few hours, I'll start, okay, I'm starting to get excited, and I'm starting to want to do this. So if I had the time and I didn't have to work, I'd go out and do them. I don't. So I have to wait until the next day, and the next day starts all over again, like Groundhog Day, and you got to go to work, and you got to do these things. I kind of wish we would step back a little bit. I so much more enjoyed the fun exuberance of the older 8-bit bulletin board. You connect to it, and it costs you for that phone call, so you're not going to sit on there for 5 hours. You're going to stay on there for a limited time, and you're going to enjoy CompuServe or Genie. I was an Atari guy, so I love Genie. Use those, enjoy it, but then peel yourself away. Peel yourself away to do some other things, whether it's fishing, hunting, going out with your loved ones, working around your homestead or home, going out just for a joyride. You like playing with cars, go out and work in your shop. There's so many more things than playing with freaking computers. So if I only had one, I would choose the next. And that call's coming in, so I'm going to wrap up this video. I got to go to work. Goodbye.